Hello students, you all are welcome in grade 6, subject science, chapter number 16, garbage in, garbage out. Now the term garbage. Garbage means what? Garbage means rubbish, right? From dustbin we get collect rubbish, जिसको आप कचरा बोलते हो, right? So we throw out so much rubbish or garbage every day from our home, school, shops, offices. The grain, pulses, biscuits, milks, oil purchased in the shop are packed in a plastic bag or tins. All this wrapping material go out as a garbage. Sometimes we buy the things that are rarely used and often throw into the garbage. We generate so much garbage in our day-to-day activities. We often throw ground nut shells on public places, in buses, trains, after eating the nuts. We throw away the tickets when we get off a bus. A child might go on sharpening pencil just for fun. If we make mistakes or spills ink on our notebook, we tear off the sheet and throw it away. And we also throw away the many domestic waste such as broken toys, old clothes, shoes and slippers. What if the garbage is not removed from our homes and surroundings? How do you think this will harm us? When Safai Karmacharis take the garbage from the bins, where does the garbage go? And what happened to it? Is it possible for all the things garbage to be changed into the something that will not harm us? Can we contribute towards this in any way? We will look forward the answer to this question in these chapters. So in these chapters, every day we can get the garbages from all our activities, right? But the question is, we have to collect the garbage in the bins. There are different type of garbages, right? Different type of garbages is there, and we have to analyze the garbages and we have to collect in different bins, right? So wherever the garbages belongs to that vegetable peels or that fruits peels, that waste we have to collect in a green dustbin, right? And whatever the plastic material is there, whatever the another type of material is there, correct, scrap is there, that we have to collect in a different type of bins. A step towards the cleanliness, that is the Prime Ministers of India launched the Swachh Bharat Mission, SBM. The aim of this mission is to create an open, defecation-free India by 2nd October 2019. Children from Paheli and Bujo school did a project called Dealing with the Garbage. So we will learn about some of the things that they learned through this project, right? Now in dealing with the garbage, we shall see first a landfill. Now what is the function of this landfill? Okay, what does the mean of this landfill, right? Let's see. Safai Karmacharis collect the garbage in trucks and take it to the low-lying open area. It is called landfill. So landfill is the place where you can collect your city's garbage on that open area. That you can see this is the landfill, or you can say this is the area where all the garbages they are collected. It is called landfill. So there the part of the garbage that can be used is separated out from the one that cannot be used as such. Thus, the garbage has both useful and non-useful components. The non-useful component is separated out. It is then spread over the landfill and then covered with the layer of soil. Once the landfill is completely full, it is usually converted into the park or playground. For next 20 years, no building is constructed on it. To deal with some of the useful components of the garbage, compost making areas are developed near the landfill. And what is the compost? Let me learn about from the following activity. Now in activity number 1, collect the garbages from your house before it is thrown into the dustbin, separate into 2 groups. Right? You see that group number 1, garbage from the kitchen like a fruit, vegetable, peels, eggshells, waste food, tea leaves, include newspaper, dry leaves, paper bags in this one group. Right? Okay. Another garbage, that is piece of cloth, polythene, bags, broken glass, aluminum wrappers, nails, old shoes, broken toys. These you collect in another group. So now divide the contents of each group into the separate heaps. Label them. You see here they are collecting the garbage and separating in the different groups, putting the garbage heaps in pits. Right? As A, B, C, D, and put one heap from the group 1 and heap from group number 2 into 2 separate plastic bags. Tie the mouth of these 2 bags tightly. Put all the 4 heaps in a separate pits and cover them with the soil. You can also use 4 pots to bury this. Garbage is heaps, right? Remove the soil after 4 days and observe the changes in the garbage. A black color and no foul smell indicates that rotting of garbage is complete. Wherever the garbage color is black, no foul smell is there, that indicates what? That garbage completely rotting, वो सड़ गया है, is complete. And put the heaps again in the pits and cover the soil. Observe again after every 2 days and note your observations as suggested. Did the garbage rot completely and not smell? Not only partially, not almost completely, but still smell bad, not changes at all. Garbage in which heap was seen to rot and which did not. Enter the option number 1, 2, 3, 4 in the columns of the table 16 based on your observation. Here we are going to analyze the garbages in this tabular form. Here you can see what has happened to the garbage heaps. Garbage heap A, B, C, D. After 4 days when you observe, you write down whatever observation. After 6 days, after 2 weeks and after 4 weeks. So it is a 4 weeks means after, it is a 1 month program, right? So first of all you have to observe after 4 days. Right? Whether the foul smell is there, you write down foul smell. Color, you write down the color of that garbage. Whatever your observation is there, please you write down. So if you make any observation, do not forget and write all this note down in your notebook. Do not remove the garbage that did not rot. बराबर? जो garbage rotting नहीं हुआ है उसको निकाल के आप जला मत दीजिए, right? So if the garbage was found to rot completely and did not smell, mix it in the soil. जो garbage में से smell, bad smell नहीं आ रही है और completely rot हो गया है यानी कि सड़ गया है, you have to mix it with the soil where you show your favorite plants. बराबर? तो वहाँ क्या बन गया? जो smell नहीं आ रही है, completely सड़ गया है कचरा, तो वो आपका बन जाएगा compost fertilizer, and this would provide nutrients to the plants. So you must have observed from this activity that some things in the garbage rot, they form manure which is used for the plants. The rotting and conversion of some material into the manure is called composting, right? उसको compost बोलते हैं. In some cities and towns, municipalities provide separate dustbin for collecting 2 kinds of garbages, right? That you knew very well. Usually one is colored blue and other is green. So blue color garbage that is used for the blue bin is for the material that can be used again, such as plastic, metals and glass, right? For recycling purpose, whatever the materials which is used for the recycle, that we have to collect in blue bin. such as plastic, metal and glass. So did you notice that these are the materials that do not rot in the garbage heaps? So the green bins are for collecting a kitchens and other plants or animal waste. You may have noticed that this type of waste rot completely when buried in the soil. You see why it is necessary for us to separate the waste into two groups as we did in activity number 1, right? So there are two types of garbages, group number 1 and group number 2. Group number 1 and group number 2, they have to collect the garbage and they have analyzed into two groups. That one, that dustbin is a blue color and other is a green color. Students, that blue color dustbin, we have to collect such type of material which do not rot in the soil. So this all type of such material, that is plastic, broken glass, right, and other metals, whatever. So it is used for recycling, right? So that all type of garbage we have to collect in blue dustbin, and whatever the vegetable waste is there, whatever the vegetable peels are there, fruits peels are there, waste material, right? Paper is there, that can be rot, right, and completely mixed with the soil. Remember? And this type of garbage, that is, we call it as, we collect in that green color, that bin, and we call it as a that compost material, right? From that garbage we can make compost material, and it is used for the which is act as a compost fertilizer for the plants. So have you not noticed the garbage heap of the dry leaves on the roadsides? Most of the time these are burned, and farmers too often burn the husk, dried leaves and part of the crop plants in their fields after harvesting. Burning of this produces a smoke and gases that harmful to the health. So we should try to stop such type of practices. Means we should not burn these dry leaves or whatever. We have to bury it in the soil and prepare that compost, right? So it is a bad practice, right? So we have to stop that such type of practice, right? Because that gas, that it harms the air pollution, right? It harms the human beings, which is act as a air pollution. So this waste could be converted into the useful compost. So now burning of the leaves produces harmful gases, right? So we do not burn, right? But instead of burn, we have to collect it and just make a big pit and collect inside. We have to prepare compost fertilizers. So here are the some observation and thoughts noted by Paheli and Bujo from their project dealing with the garbage. So people, they burn their garbages, right? It is an illegal activity, right? So she wanted that the government should make a law against the burning of the leaves and other plants waste anywhere in the India. Okay. So we have to be a true citizen of India. Wherever the burning procedure is there of that garbage is, we just tell them that instead of burning, please you can make very good fertilizer, compost fertilizer. You just tell them the process how to make that compost fertilizers, right? Now the next thing, that is dealing with the garbage, the next option, that is vermicomposting, right? Worm means what? Earthworm, right? So earthworm, they are the friends of farmer, right? You see that earthworm, they are the best, they doing the best plowing in the soil, right? They make the soil porous and the soil fertile. So that's why they are the friends of farmer, right? We are not doing such type of fertile that land, right? We are not exactly the way, right? And we require some procedures to fertile the land. We have too much cost, right? But when we take that vermicomposting fertilizers in that earthworm, earthworm is there. So they just dig the soil in their way, making the soil porous. So at least deep part of the soil, that nitrogen, that all type of other gases, carbon dioxide, soil gets such type of gases for their nutrients, for their good fertility, right? And makes the soil fertile and porous, right? You see that the earthworm excreta, in that earthworm excreta, a tremendous amount of nitrogen is there, and that nitrogen that we used in our these plants, right? And nitrogen is one of the chief component of the fertilizer. Do you know there are three main chief components of the fertilizer: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Now this nitrogen we get from this earthworm. Okay, so let's we see in details. We can benefits. We can be a friends of the plant by supplying them with compost. We will also very good friends to ourselves by making compost. Talking of friends, do you know that the earthworm are called the farmer's friend, right? So just now I have discussed about this earthworm. Let us find out how the type of earthworm called the red worm is used for composting. The method preparing compost with the help of red worm is called vermicomposting. So we can try to make the manure by vermicomposting at school. So this is activity number 2. Activity number 2, right? You can also this vermicompost fertilizer try to at your home also, right? It's a very good fertilizer. So even I am also using in my farm, right? So let us dig a pit about 30 centimeter deep, or keep a wooden box at a places which is neither too hot nor cold. What about the place where which does get directly sunlight? So let us now make a comfortable home for our red worms in the pit or the box. Spread a net or chicken's mash at the bottom of the pit, right? You can also spread 1 or 2 centimeter thick layers of sand as an alternatives. Now spread some vegetable waste including peels of fruits over this layer of the sand. So one can also use the green leaves, peas or dried stalks of the plant, husk or pieces of the newspaper or cardboard to spread over the layer of the sand. However, shiny or plastic coated paper should not be used for this purpose, right? So dried animal dung could also be used as a spray over sand or wire mesh. So sprinkle some water to make this layer wet. Take care not to use excess water. Do not press a layer of the waste. Keep this layer loose so that it has sufficient air and moisture. Now your pit is ready to welcome the red worms, right? So now buy some red worms and put them into the pit. You see here the red worm is there, right? So cover them loosely with the gunny bags or old sheets of cloth or layer of grass. So your red worms need food. So you can give them vegetable and fruit waste, coffee and tea remains, weeds from the field or garden. It might be a good idea to bury this food about 2 to 3 centimeter inside the pit, right? Do not use waste. Now this you have to apply the food for the red worms. Do not use that they may contain salt, pickles, oils, vinegar, meat and milk's preparation as food for your red worms. If you put these things in the pit, disease causing small organisms start growing in the pit. Once in a few days, gently mix and move the top layers of your pit. Red worms do not have a teeth, so they have a structure called gizzard, which helps them into grinding their food. Powdered egg shells or she cells could be mixed with the waste. So this would help red worm in grinding their food. A red worm can eat food equal to its own weight in a day, right? So red worm do not survive in a very hot or very cold surroundings. They also need moisture around them. So if you take good care of your worms, in a month's time their number will be double. So observe the content of the pit carefully after 3 to 4 weeks. Do you now see loose soil like a material in a pit? Your vermicompost is ready, right? So put some waste as a food in the one of the corner of the pit. Most of the worms will shift. As you can see, there is vermicomposting fertilizer preparing towards this part of the cell. Vacating the other part, remove the compost from the vacant part and dry it in the sun for a few hours. Your vermicompost is ready for use. The part left in the pit has most of the worm in it. You can use these for preparing more compost or share them with other users. So use this excellent vermicompost in your pots, garden or fields. In these, not like getting the best out of waste, right? So is this not like a getting the best out of waste? Yes, completely. Those of you who have not agricultural fields can try vermicomposting in the large pits. You can save a lots of money that is spent on the buying expensive chemical fertilizers and manure from the market. So vermicompost fertilizer, it is the cheapest fertilizers, right? So you can save money by doing this. So dear students, today's topic we have to end up over here. Next time we will do next topic. So have a nice day. Thank you.